Esha Maneesha Mama. This is my firm conviction. What is the conviction? Guruhu Saheva. He alone is my Guru. And who is he? Let him be a Chandala, let him be a Duja, let him be a person of low caste or born in a lower strata of the world or the culture. May he be a great scholar, doesn't matter. That does not matter at all as far as the wisdom is concerned. Yasya drida prajna asti. Yasya prajna drida asti. One whose wisdom, knowledge is steady. And what is that wisdom? That which is the same in all the three states of experiences, whether the waking state, or dream, or deep sleep. Ya Jagat Sakshini, one which is the witness of the entire world, which is there in us as the pure consciousness always in all this time. That alone is the same which is Brahmadi Pipilit Anda Tanushu. Tanushu means body. In the body of all beings, from Brahma onwards up to a little ant. Prota, vibrant, Jagat Sakshini. Sa eva aham, sa samvideva aham. That consciousness alone am I. Na cha drishya vastu, not what I see or reported by the senses. In Dritdrishya Viveka, Bhagavan Shankaracharya very beautifully points out this. And he says, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik. When I see any colors or shapes or forms, who is the drashta, the seer? Eyes. I am seeing this flower. This flower is seen by my eyes. I explained that in the morning also to you. Eyes are seeing the forms and colors and shapes. So, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam. Lochanam means eyes. Drik. Drik means drashta, the seer. Tad Drishyam. Even the eyes are seen. Draktu Manasam. Mind is the seer of the eyes. While the flower is seen by the eyes are seen by whom? How many of you have eyes? How many of you seen the eyes directly? You're not seen? So I don't think you have them. Because the people who argue say, whatever I see alone I believe. What can you tell them? You have seen your eyes? Nahi dekha hai. At least you have seen in the mirror. Oh, that is the case. If you say, what I see alone I believe, you have a brain. Have you seen? No. Therefore, the conclusion is. So, even though I do not have, I have never seen my eyes, but I don't doubt that I have eyes. So, who is seeing my eyes? Who knows that I have eyes in me? I don't need to ask you. Mujhe मालूम hai. I know it. So, eyes are seen by the mind. Mind means thoughts here. By the thoughts I know I have the eyes. So, Lochanam Drik. Tat Drishyam. Drishyam means that is also seen. Draktu Manasam. Drishta Manaha. Then, even the mind that is none other than thoughts, Drishya Vrittayaha, thoughts are also seen. Driktu Buddhihi, Dhi. Buddhihi, intellect knows that these thoughts are going on in my mind. Is it not? Buddhi knows what thoughts to take and what thoughts to leave. Morning also I said, the person next to you is smelling very bad, who wants slap. Thought has come. Nahi chahiye abhi. Baad mein karenge. So the thought has come and you don't want to act upon it, you leave it. So one who decides whether to pursue the thought or not must be different from the thought. So your attention which is there in the buddhi is able to negotiate or to discriminate. Even the perception of the thought is also happening in you. Divrittaya Sakshi, the one who is even the Sakshi of the Di, awareness. Because in the state of deep sleep, I do not have any thought happening because my intellect is not functioning at that point in the same way as it does now, which is rational, which is logical, which is questioning, which is inquiring, which wants to know, which wants to decide, which wants to plan. Anything. So in the state of sleep where even the buddhi is not there, but there is no absence of me, if that absence of me was there in that case, then I would not know that I slept. Divrittaya Sakshi Drigeva, that one which is a witness of the buddhi or is only a seer, na drishyam bhavati kadachit. It never becomes seen. That awareness is not perceptible. It's not seen by anything else. Because gross is seen by the subtlemost cannot be seen by anything else. Therefore, drishta aham. I am the one final seer in me. So, sa eva aham. I am that only, na drishya vastu, not what is seen. Iti drida prajna. In this way, one who has a continuous and awareness of one's own self, sa eva mama guru. सा एवाहं न तदृश्यवस्तु इति दृढप्रज्ञापि यस्य अस्ति चेत् चण्डालोऽस्तु सदुद्विजोऽस्तु गुरु इत्येषा मनीषा मम. This is my firm conviction. So this is the Mahavakya, based upon the Mahavakya from Aitareya Upanishad, which comes from Rig Veda. Rig Veda is considered to be the oldest document of knowledge, 10,000 years back. And these same Rig Veda mantras are, the mantras are the same. Rig means in a particular pada. It's written in a meter, not a meter, but in a particular order. And these mantras are, when it is used for rituals, the set of mantras that are divided as useful for the rituals, then they form Yajur Veda, Yajnartham. So originally all the four Vedas are collectively all known, but Veda Vyasa, he divided them. Vyasa means editor. Vedasya Vyasaha Veda Vyasa. One who has edited the Vedas in such a way, he categorized, these are all called Rig Veda, these are all Yajur Veda, these are all Samaveda, this is Atharva. So Yajur Veda, which is what, Chinmaya mission belong to the tradition of Yajur Veda. Because we are attached to Sringeri Math. Bhagavan Shankaracharya had distributed 4 Vedas to 4 mutts. There up in the Himalayas to Joshimath, and the western side it is for Dwaraka, and in the eastern it is become Puri, and the south it is Sringeri. So Sringeri is given Yajur Shaka, Yajur Veda. So the next verse is on Yajur Veda Mahavakya. And Yajur Veda Mahavakya is Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. That is the coming from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka. As Gurudev also writes in his comment, in his introduction or somewhere, I think in the page number 7. Rigveda, Aitareya Upanishad, Yajur Veda, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, then Samaveda, Chandogya Upanishad, Atharva Veda, Mandukya Upanishad. Now, Aham Brahma Asmi. Previous one was Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma. Consciousness is Brahman. As we saw in the morning, Yeneksha Deshrunodhidam Jigrati Vyakarodi cha Sadhu Aswadu Vijanadi Prajnanam Brahma Mayapi Prajnanam Brahma Iritam Mukendra Deveshu Manushyaashvakavadishu Chaitanyamekam Brahmataha Prajnanam Brahma Mayapi, as it is given in Panchadashi chapter 5 by Vidyaranya. So Prajnanam, consciousness, and it is not only in me, in all living beings it is the same. That which is universal is known as Brahma. The word Brahma means Brihatvat, the big, nothing bigger than that. That's why General Motors made a big truck called Brahma. That huge, meaning what? It's all inclusive, includes everything. Brihatvat. So this Prajnanam, consciousness in me, is not lodged and conditioned and limited to me alone. It is that which is present in all, without any change. Like that of the space here is the same space as outside also. When I break these walls, space has become bigger. Space never became bigger. Space is always everlasting, all-inclusive, extended. It appears to be limited because of these walls. Right? Above also, when you open this ceiling, it's often you will find, you ask any architect, when you raise the ceiling, it gives the appearance of big. Even though the space conditioned here will be the same square, in square meters or whatever you call here. But the moment you keep raising the ceiling, big. So if we go to our ancient temples or a church, etc., you'll find the ceiling is not like this. This is probably around 13, 15 feet or so. 40, 50 feet high. When you get in, wow. Why? The space has been as though increased. So space is not increased and decreased. That gives an illusion of smaller thing. So that Brahman is none other than a name to indicate the universal oneness of the consciousness. So in the first verse he has given C is equal to B. Consciousness is equal to Brahman, B. Now he is going to go A. So what is A? Atman, Aham. So that's called ABC of Vedanta. Atman is equal to Brahman is equal to consciousness. A is equal to B, B is equal to C, therefore A is equal to C. If you know ABC, then you know the D also, divinity. Then if you know divinity, you get E, enlightenment. Then I don't want to go further. A, B, C, D, E. So here in the next verse, he is going to explain about how do you establish that Aham Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma is said, but how is Aham Brahma? What is Aham? So that is here. Brahmaivahamidam Jagatcha Sakalam Chinmatra Vistaritam Sarvam Chaitadavidyaya Trigunaya Ashesham Maya Kalpitam Ittam Yasya Dridamatihi Sukatare Nitye Pare Nirmale Chandalostu Sadudvijostu Gururityesha Maneesha Mama Brahmaivahamidam Jagatcha Sakalam Chinmatra Vistaritam Sarvam Chaitadavidyaya Trigunaya Shesham Maya Kalpitam Ittam Yasya Dridamati Sukatare Nitye Pare Nirmale Chandalostu Sadudvijostu Gururityesha Maneesha Mama Last line remaining the same. Chandalostu, may it be a low born. Dvijostu, may be a high born Brahmana. Guruhu, teacher or the spiritual teacher, iti esha. Because why I say Guru is a spiritual teacher? Because love Guru is there, management Guru is there, software Guru. Here it is Guru who? Iti Esha Maneesha. This is my firm conviction. Mama Maneesha. What kind of, why you say call him as a Guru? Yasya Drida Matihi. Again, as it is said, previous words, Drida Prajna said. Here, Drida Matihi. As firm abidance or firm knowledge. Matihi. Yasya Drida Matihi. In what? Sukatare Pare Nirmale. Sukatare, most blissful. Pare Sukatare, the highest bliss. As far as we are concerned, the greatest joy that we can enjoy is without any external aid is sleep. The word Sukham is very important to understand. Sanskrit word kham means space. Space is kham, K-H-A, kham, space. And when it is added with the prefix dur, come to kham, less space. Let us say in this room, let us say 200 people can comfortably sit. If there are 700, that is called dukkam. There is no space. Or you travel in a local train in Bombay. That is dukkam. When you are going to India and then seasonal, there's a season when you're going to India and you get into your seat, you find both the seats are not occupied. I can stretch myself. Sukha. With more space for myself. Suttu come is sukha. We can understand how externally physical space, when we are restricted, we feel very congested. And when we are given more space, then, sometimes when you go to movies here, Indian movies, nobody there. Only you and that. You can dance along with the hero and then try and then roll around all this. Nobody bothers. So whereas it is a restricted space, if that is true, in your mind, when there are many thoughts, not only many thoughts, but they are contradicting each other, then it is dukkham. So when do you find yourself miserable, agitated? Thoughts are unruly, coming without your permission. And you do not know which one to take it seriously, which one to lose, or which one to leave. Everything seems to be important. Confused. Then it is dukkham. When you are in a place where everything is quiet, a scenic nature, peaceful, you are looking at a still lake, nobody around you. You are able to enjoy the sunset or sunrise. Very soft breeze. Why? The mind is not disturbed. That's why some people say, Swamiji, when I come to temple and all, no, it is so peaceful. I feel peace. Yes, we have pockets of peace lying on the top of the floor. When you come, it will come onto your head. It is not anything actually happening outside. Your mind has settled down. Less thoughts, less agitating thoughts, less contradictory thoughts. Such a mind becomes peaceful. So it is the inner space of your mind has more space. Inner self is finding itself comfortable. Sukha Tara means what? The highest Sukham. Nothing beyond that. Why? Because it is not at all stopped. The source being yourself. Bhagavan Krishna says, Sukhamatyantikam yattat buddhigrahyam atindriyam vetti yatra chanaichevayam sthitastalati chalati tatvatah. A yogi is one who is able to find that inner blissful state, having reached which he will not move out of it. Vetti yatra, where he knows, nacha eva ayam sthitaha chalati, na chalati, he won't move. Why? Because that joy is unimpeded, unobstructed, unconditioned, unlimited. Or anything external is not there to either decrease it or increase it. So therefore, sukatare pare nirmale drida madihi yasya asti, one who has gained this inner bliss continuously, saeva guru. Let it be a chandala, let it be a teacher. Chandalo sudadudvijostu gururitesha maneesha. So a person who is following the path of spirituality must be joyful one. Don't drag yourself. Sadhana karna hai. Aisa mat karo. You've seen any of our God unhappy? No. They are happily sitting here. We are also given the last name Ananda, right? Ishvara Ananda, Tejomaya Ananda. We are not Ishvara Dukhi, Chinmaya Dukhi, Tejomaya Dukhi. We are at least asked to be happy. It is like you go to a doctor and he himself is a sickly person. Then will you go? You don't go to the doctor at all. Or a dentist who have no teeth at all. So, you go to a person who is happy, because that's what you wanted in our life. What else we want in our life? All that we do in our life is for happiness, right? If you are here, you are for happiness. If one of your spouse, your spouse is not here, sitting at home watching TV, that is also for happiness only. Nobody does anything in this world for becoming unhappy. Nothing. But what we do depends upon what we think that it gives happiness. Somebody says being here is happy, somebody says being at home is happiness. So all of us are seeking this happiness, and one who has found it without anything external. Why I say that? Because the externally dependent happiness is temporary, because those factors, when they are removed, you are miserable. Whether it's a person or an object or a place or a situation, anything. That is slavery. So find that sukatare pare nirmale yasya madihi drida sa eva guruhu mama iti Maneesha. Mama guruhu iti Maneesha mama. He is my guru. So the last two lines we have seen. Yasya, so ittam yasya dridamadi sukatare nitye pare nirmale. Nirmala, dirtless. Meaning what? No impurities, no ambiguities, no doubt. Such a person alone, Mama Guruhu iti Keshamani. How did he discover this? That is the first two lines. In the previous verse is about Drida Prajna. Here, Drida Matihi. Matihi, the mind which is dwelling in that ultimate joy. How do we discover that? Now here it says, first you understand idam Brahma eva. Brahmevahamidam jagat. This world is Brahma eva. This world is Brahman alone, not anything else other than this. Presently what we see is variety of names and forms. Look around, what do you see? Various forms, each one having its own name. Anybody's name is same as other? No. Right? Everyone has unique form and name and characteristics. So what is this world? World is nothing but variety. Variety is called world. In this variety, one should be able to see that which is continuously same in all of them without any division. So in one of the texts, Ritrisha Viveka, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says that this world is made of 5 constituents. Asti, Bhati, Priyam, Rupam, Namacha, Iti, Amsha, Panchakam. The world, anything that you experience have got 5 aspects. It is known, it is a source of happiness for someone. Think, is there anything in the world that is there which is not necessary for anybody? Now, in your own body, you have lungs, you have heart, I hope, and you have so many. Have you seen them? You have not seen. Do you want them? What do you mean, do you want them? I don't know, but I know without them I cannot live. So whether you have seen it or not, it is a part of you to exist. So nothing in this world is redundant, unwanted. What you reject and throw, something else wants it. Everything in this world is used by someone, something. What you throw as useless into the trash, it is not going to go waste. It is going to be consumed by some other living beings as their source of living. Everything is recycled, whether you want it or not. Your own physical body also, when you die, not to die, you are not come to die. Only Australians are like that. When did you come? I came to die. I also came to die only. No, but they say today, they say to die. So, this physical body, when it is discarded, do you think that it is going waste? No. It goes back as a fertilizer or for the other living beings, or it goes to the earth. It becomes a tree, an apple tree, then apple tree grows, leaves, flowers, fruit. And your own grandfather's finger has become an apple. Whom you buried there, the essence of whom has become apple. I am not joking, is it not true? Everything metamorphoses to become something else. So when you're eating next time apple, you remember. This I don't know whose body I'm eating. So nothing goes waste. Everything is useful to someone. So everything has a sukham content. Everything has a joy content for someone, somewhere. So in this world, 3 things. Asti, meaning it is. Bhati, it is known. Priyam, desirable. These 3 are called Brahman. Brahman has 3 aspects, not 3 qualities, 3 aspects. Like if I say, this katori or what, this cup, it has height, width and depth. Can you say 3 characteristics? 3 dimensions, right? It has a width, this much is the width, and this much is the height, and this much is the depth, or width, what do you call it as? Length, width and depth. If you buy anything in Amazon, you have to find out, otherwise you may think the picture is so big when you come in the the picture is so big, you think that, but you have to check what is the dimension there. So Asti, Bhati, Priyam, they are the three dimensions of the only one thing. So Brahman is Asti, exists, and Sayeva Bhati, because anything that exists is alone known. Or whatever is known exists. You cannot separate them. Whatever is alone is known. Whatever is known exists. And that which is known and exists is invariably is a desirable object of someone or something. These three dimensions of everything is known as Brahman. But added to that, we have form and name. See, if there is this, let us say this is a mud pot. Think of, I always keep a mud pot next to me so that I can explain. A mud pot, consider this as a mud pot. This mud pot is mud. And it appears to have a particular shape, therefore I call it as a pot. So pot is a name given to a form. The name and the form does not belong to the mud at all. Why? Mud is mud. Form and the name came much later. Before the pot was made, it was just a mud. And when I gave a particular shape, it gained a form. To distinguish that from another thing, I call it as a pot. Right? If you understand Vedanta. Otherwise it will go like this. They go you. Swamiji, let him talk. He is only there to talk. So please pay attention. So name and the form do not belong to the mud. And after some time when you break the pot, it has lost its form, obviously lost its name also. So, but what is there? Mud. In the same way, all things in this world have got these three dimensions, Asti, Bhati and Priyam, and what is attributed to it is name and form. The name and form is distinct from each other. That is called the world. The world is nothing but Nama and Rupa. Therefore, Asti Bhadi Priyam Rupam Nama Chetyam Sha Panchakam Aditrayam Brahma Rupam. First three are Brahman. Jagat Rupam Tatodvayam. Name and form is Jagat. Therefore, Brahmaivahamidam Jagat Sakalam, the first line. The Brahman alone is there. The name and form are temporary. If I take a pot and ask you, tell me, is it a mud or a pot? Only one answer.
Mud.
What pot or mud? This is mud. Mud or the pot? It is mud pot, all right. Mud first and then the pot. Pot is something, because I break it and make out of it a spoon or a ladle, then it becomes ladle. But mud doesn't go. Similarly, Nama Rupa Jagat constantly changes. When you are young, you are cute. Now you are cute. It's a cute little boy. Afterwards, that fellow is a Rakshasa. So, that fellow, cute little fellow, is so adorable. When he grows up, the mother says, where did you grow up? At one point of time, he is the most beautiful or most smart, and then the same one only. So, constantly change is taking place. What is changing is not Asti Bhadi Priyam. It is not changing. He is still there. is still known, it is still desirable to someone, at least to himself. And nobody says, I hate myself. Even if a person says, I hate myself, actually he loves himself. I hate my particular condition of the mind, not myself, but particular condition of the mind I don't like. One person decided to commit suicide because he is so frustrated with life. And his friend, he told him, I'm going to, tomorrow early morning I am going to lie down on the railway track, kill myself. My friend said, all the best. Next morning, he was going. The friend came out and looked at him. You are going to the railway track? Yes. What are you carrying? Breakfast. I want to comfortably die. After breakfast only I will die. So even a person frustrated in life wants to comfortably die. Even as he thinks that he wants to commit suicide and get rid of himself, only to become happy, right? I cannot tolerate my present condition, therefore I want to become happy by getting rid of this body. So happiness for oneself is never questioned. So asti bhati priyam brahma roopam na kadachit, at no point of time nashyati, never goes destroyed. Parantu nama roopam tu sada, at all times continuously changing. At all times it is, as even you look at yourself, what you were when you were 5-year-old, now you look at yourself. That's why many of them, they take the album of their marriage. A lot of hair I had. Now nothing. Inside also, outside also. You have changed, but you are the same, the person who was there at that time, happily before marriage. The same guy. Same person only. So Nama and Rupa is going through all the changes. So Brahma eva aham, I am Brahma eva. Jagat cha, even this word, Sakalam. As far as the Brahman is concerned, Asti Bhadi Priyam, what is it? Chinmatra Vistaritam. Pervaded by the nature of consciousness at all times. Jagat Chinmatra Vistaritam. It is of the nature of pure awareness, spread all over. That's why we chant Akanda Mandala Karam Vyaptam Nyena Characharam. Sarvam Vyaptam. Entirely pervaded. Chinmatra Vistaritam. It is extended by the pure consciousness alone. Now one may wonder, see, you have Sat, Chit and Ananda. It's only Chinmatra Vistaritam is given. What does it mean? The doubt came to you. It didn't come. It won't come. Only when you go deeper and deeper, you will understand that word. See, no object can be known unless there is consciousness. Two inert objects cannot know their own existence. If an object is there, it can be known only when there is awareness. And two objects cannot multiply themselves without the presence of life, consciousness. Otherwise, you have to buy only 2 chairs and close the door and go, and when you come back, there will be 15 chairs. It doesn't happen. They don't multiply themselves unless there is awareness, consciousness. So, the world is also known only when there is consciousness. Chinmatra Vistaritam. But then when I do not look at it that way, but I only look at the world of name and form, that is called avidya. Avidya, na vidyate, na janati. I do not look the entire world as Brahman. I look at it only as name and form. Myself also. When I see myself only as a physical form, my perception of the world is also like that only. As you see yourself, so you see the world. If I am looking at myself as an emotional being, the world will be only full of a lot of various wanted and unwanted emotions. If I look at myself only a gross physical body, my perception of the world also will be the same. This limited perception of the world is called avidya. Sarvam cha edat avidyaya trigunaya maya kalpitam. Maya, by me, kalpidam, imagine. Because our world we perceive is also influenced by the kind of thoughts that I have. Morning also in meditation I talk about them. Satvika, Rajasika, Tamasika, iti trigunaha santi. There are three kinds of qualities of thoughts are there in our mind. When sattva is predominant, you seek knowledge and joy. In rajas is predominant, you need to fulfill your desires. You want to prove yourself active. When tamas is there, you want to withdraw and lie and sleep. So these three kinds of moods are there in our own personality. Now you are all, for a limited period of time, you have sattva. That's why you are seeking knowledge. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Rajaso loba evacha. When rajas is there, loba comes, greed. Pramada alasya nidra. This is tamas. Pramada, inadvertence. Alasi is laziness. Nidra, sleep. This is the nature of tamas. So as per the mood of the mind, so will be your interaction in the world. When you are alert, when you are awakened to that nature of sattva, then your knowledge is what you are pursuing. You want to know, you want to understand. But when your rajas is predominant, you cannot sit down and listen. There are some people who cannot sit down and listen. You just have to keep doing something. You want to do this, push that, push this, that, and this. Why? You don't ask me to sit down. Somebody will be there, last row, in the dark corner, and he will nod for everything I say. Tamas. So according to the mood of the mind, so will be the perception, and therefore these three influence my way of looking at the world, interaction with the world. That is known as avidya. Sarvam cha etat avidyaya trigunaya maya kalpitam. Therefore, from the standpoint of Vedanta, when it looks at the entire world as Brahman, which is of the dimensions of Sat, Chit, Ananda, when I only see the name and form of the world, which is subject to constant change, also which is subject to give experience according to the moods of my own mind, that is imagined by me only. And all our suffering is because of the way we perceive things. Is it not? Nothing in this world can really cause our happiness, our unhappiness. It is the way you treat it, the way you interact with that, the way you relate yourself with that. Rasagulla, without that, the Vedanta talk is incomplete. The first Rasagulla is of great joy. The second has lesser possibility of giving me joy. Fifth one, far less. Eighth one, pain. Why? Because the first one, which was anxiously sought after by me, can give greater happiness than the second one. Third, it's called, what is that called? Theory of diminishing returns. Keep on diminishing its value. So is there a joy in that Rasagulla? If it is there, then it should constantly give the same happiness. Why it is getting reduced? Because of my approach or the way I interact with that. If I take one, it is okay. If I say two, it is gone in value, gone down in value. So also in this world, the way we interact with the world, so will be our experience. So whatever we pursue in our life, a set of people are looking for happiness in an object. The same object, other person wants to get rid of. We go to a shop full of jewelries. The lady is so excited to, which one you want to buy. She cannot decide because everything looks attractive. Everything she wants. She is trying to find happiness in buying, if possible, everything. But at the same time, the shopkeeper wants to get rid of everything. Right? What I want, somebody doesn't want. Otherwise, the world of economy will not run. What I want, somebody doesn't want. What I don't want, somebody wants. Why? The same object is wanted by someone and is not needed by somebody else according to that person's priority. I want money, I don't want a jewelry. You say, I want jewelry, I want to give away money, right? So therefore, what is priority for you now? Not the money, jewelry. Or what is priority for that person? Money, not the jewelry. If a small child is there, say 3-4 months or old, you have a chocolate in one hand and $100 in other hand. Which one you think it will take? I don't know about nowadays children, but both. It is only a paper for the child. It has no value. Because it is immediate attention is on that chocolate which can give me immediate joy. As soon as I put, it will give joy. But this one, I don't know. But if I ask a teenager. So, see, the whole thing changes according to the person. What is my priority? Similarly, sattva, rajas and tamas gunas, they decide our moods of the mind. Therefore, we are called moodaha. Mooda, because you are full of moods. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Tamate. Man of mood. So, according to the priority, according to what I think you can give me happiness, at one point of time, sattva, knowledge, joy. Another point, it is greed, desire, accumulation, possession, ownership, security, likes, dislikes, greed, all that. And in another 4 hours, if I ask you, कुछ नहीं चाहिए, सोना है, मैं सोना दे रहा हूँ, नहीं सोना नहीं, वो सोना है. I want sleep. So that is the priority now. Oh, I changed. That is the Maya Kalpitam. Trigunaya Maya Kalpitam. But what is never changing is when it is understood. Brahmaiva Hamidam Jagatcha Sakalam Chinmaya Vistaritam. Other than that, Sarvam Cha Etat. Etat means this. So Aham Brahma Etat Jagat. Please understand this point. Etat means this. Anything that is referred as this is the word. Anything that is referred as Aham is Brahman. Etat means this. So if let us say, I say this watch or this table. Why do I say this? Because it is not me. Right? This watch and this table, this book, this phone, this cloth, this body. So as you come closer to you, your awareness about yourself increases with respect to something else other than you. When an object is sent, is an etat, this. When you come closer, etat, then you come closer, further closer, it becomes idam. So that's why Bhagavan Krishna says, idam shariram kaunteya. kshetramithya vidhiyate etat yo veti tam pravuhu kshetrajna idi tatpitah. Anything that is other than you is idam. When it is far away, it becomes etat. Or further away, tat. That. Tat, etat, idam. All the three are with respect to the distance from where you are, and all of them are different from aham. This aham is asti, bhati, priyam. Idam is nama and rupa. So aham brahma, idam nama rupa. So therefore here, etat avidyaya maya kalpitam. So who are you? Brahma eva aham. That's the first line itself. That Brahman alone am I. Asti padi priya rupa Brahma eva aham. Nama rupa jagat idam etat avidyaya maya kalpitam. So that Brahman alone am I. This way, yasya dhridamatihi sukatare pare nirmale sa eva mama guruhu viprahastu vijahastu idi esha Maneesha. So my guru is one who has established himself in the blissful nature of Brahman, which is of the dimensions of Asti, Bhati and Priyam, Sat, Chit and Anand, and has understood the limited nature of this world, which is Nama and Rupa, which is constantly subject to change, and that he does not consider itself as himself. So sadhana to us is anything that is other than this aham is not me. Na aham, na aham, this is not me. Even a thought is not me, because thought is about something else. About the world, about what happened, about what will happen, about the body, about the mind, about emotion, about people, about object, about the places, about experience. Na mano buddhya ahankara chittani na na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumin na tejo vayu. Then who are you? Chidananda Rupa Shivo. Aham Shiva. Chidananda Rupa. Na buddhi, na manaha, na sharira. Anobuddhya hankara chittani. Not me, not me, not me. Even though I live with it, but I do not consider that as me. Even though I live with this body, this is not me, but this belongs to me. Because this is a carrier or this is a vehicle that I have to live with. It's like you have a car that is taking you places, even though you know you are not the car. If you think you are the car, that's called ahankar. Obviously, that is not you. You parked it and came here. So this body is also a vehicle. That vehicle you park, this also you park at the night. But take care of it. This body also is a vehicle to take care, but that's not you. Brahmaevaham, aham Brahma alone. So therefore, aham Brahma asmi. Iti Mahavakya. I am Brahman alone. All right. Now, third Mahavakya. That is from Chandogya Upanishad. In the Chandogya Upanishad that belong to Samaveda. Samavedas are those meters set to, verses or the mantras set to meter or to be sung. Samaveda is full of the chandas, or it is set to singing meters. Therefore it's called a set of verses, mantras which are set to tune. So this Samaveda, in that Samaveda we find Chandogya Upanishad. So there Shvetaketu, the boy, whose father is Uddhalaka, he found that this Shvetaketu is not interested in anything. He is not wanting to study anything. Obviously, the father himself is a guru, he won't study. It's like, why you send your children to Balviya? Because they won't listen to me. Even I am a teacher, let us say. You are a teacher. You are a Balviya teacher, but your own son would not listen to you. So you will become a teacher of another grade. Because if you are in the same grade where your child is, he will not listen. Because he knows that what you are saying, you don't follow. So he knows. So you are also afraid of him. You always should speak the truth. He will look at you with such a mockery. You better not have him in your class. So Uddhalaka Muni found that Shvetaketu is not studying. He had other disciples, but he won't. So he sent him to some other teacher. After many years of study, he came back. So Uddhalaka Muni asked him, so you studied? Yes. I have completed my study. So he said, I'll ask you one question. Have you studied that, having known which, nothing else to be known? Yajñātva na punaha jñātavyam asti nasti. Yajñātva, having known which, jñātavyam kinchit nasti. What is your? Did you read that? So the boy looked. I don't think my teacher knows it. He put the blame on the teacher. I don't think my guru doesn't know. I don't think he knows it. Like he knows that his guru is of a great master, but this fellow has not paid attention. So he said, okay, I'll teach you that. Then he starts the teaching. In that he says that Brahman which you are cannot be comprehended by the physical senses or the body or the thoughts. That does not mean you are not that. Just like he shows a tree, you see this tree with the plants which is grown so beautifully, with a lot of leaves and flowers and fruits. But can you see life in this? You keep on opening, you will not find life. But it is alive. Its imperceptible presence is what makes the perceptible world. That alone you are. Tat tvamasi Shvetaketo. Tat tvam asi. That you are. That thou art. Asi means are. Tvam is you. Tat means that. That you are. So this is called Upadesha Vakya. Aham Brahmasmi is Anubhava Vakya. So Anubhava Vakya is Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma. But before that, Upanishad is, in the Chandogya Upanishad, it is in the form of Upadesha from Guru to the Shishya. And how does he say that you are that? No, these two words we have to understand, Tvam and Tat. Tvam is you. And presently when I say you, immediately you think about yourself as what? I am son of so-and-so, or daughter of so-and-so, a friend of so-and-so, brother or sister of someone. I have studied here, I have this professional qualification, I work here, I have this house, or I have possessed this, I have this many shares in the market. All these things, this is what constitute your idea of me, oneself. So when I say Tvam, what you understand of the word Tvam is literal sense is all this. This is called in Sanskrit Vachya Artha. Vachya Artha means literal meaning. And when I say Tat, that, what I mean by that or indicate by that is that which is away from me, not me, that is different from me, other than me, distant from me. Vachyartha of Tat is farness, distantness, remote, not me. No, so therefore, if you take the literal meaning of Tvam and Tat, it cannot match. That being, when I say that, which is referring to perhaps the absolute truth, or in the context of religion, God, as I take God, then obviously I am not, because He is person, or if He is a being of powerful nature, who created the entire universe, who is all-knowing, all-powerful, all-pervading presence, and I am a limited person with this physical body, subject to birth and death and change, etc. How can that and this, me, are one and the same? How Tat and Tvam are same? So therefore, we have to remove the literal meaning and we have to take the indicative meaning. It's called Lakshya Artha. Lakshya Artha means indicative meaning. So when I am pointing out this Om, here, are you looking at the stick, or looking at this, or looking at that? If you are here only, then you are not looking at it correctly. When you are even looking at this, you are not looking at it. When I indicate, what I am indicating is not this. This is not you are looking at. Gurudev used to give the beautiful example. The teacher wants to make them understand what is Tat. So he gives the example. A teacher wants to show a particular star in the sky, very bright star, but it is among the cluster of many, many other stars. So he shows to students, look at that bright star there. They all look up. So many stars. Bollywood, so many stars are there. No, that star, you see that? No, they can't see. Okay, come. He takes them to a point, to a place. There was a huge tree. Do you see this tree? Yes. Very good. See the trunk of the tree? Yes. Go to the top of the trunk of the tree. Okay. You see the branch going to the right side? Yes. Okay. Travel through that branch. You see a small twig there? Yes. Okay. Take the right twig. Okay. In that right twig you see two leaves fluttering. Yes. Leave the left one. Take the right point, right leaf. Okay. Between the right leaf and the left leaf, there is a tip of that, there is a bright light. You see that? Yes. Okay. Keep your focus on that bright spot which you find between the two leaves and move your head away. That is the star. No, the star is indicated not as a part of the tree. The star is not part of that. It's millions of light years away. But to point out that star, he had to use what is closest. The tree, the branch, the twig, the leaves, and between the leaves, the bright spot, which is not part of the tree at all. So the word Tvam and Tat do not take the literal meaning, but take to the indicative meaning. It's called Lakshya Artha. So we have to now look at the word or statement Tat Tvam Asi. Asi is you are. A-R-E, are. Tat means that. Tvam is you. That thou art. This is what we have to understand. Now let us look at this verse now. Shashvanashwarameva Vishwamakilam Nischitya Vacha Guru Nityam Brahma Nirantaram Vimrshata Nirvyaja Shantatmana Bhutam Bhavicha Dushkritam Pradahata Samvinmaye Pavake samarpitam swavapuhu ityesha manisha mama shashvannashwarameva vishwamakilam nischitya vacha guru nityam brahma nirantaram vimrshata nirvyajashantatmana bhutam bhavicha dushkrutam pradahata samvinmaye pavake prarabdhaya samarpidam swavapurityesha manisha mama vacha guroho vacha, first line. By the statement or the advice of the guru, vacha here advice. Guroho vacha, by the advice of the guru, he comes to realize that the literal meaning of tat and tvam are subject to destruction continuously. How it is? See, the world as we see it is not in the same condition. All of them undergoes change, as we have already explained. Nothing remains the same. Every moment it is changing. Shashvat, continuously. Nashwaram, constantly undergoing change. In Vedanta we say there are shat vikaraha. There are 6 modifications continuously take place. Asti, jayate, vardate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. Asti means it is. Asti and then jayate is born. Vardate grows. Viparinamate changes. Apakshiyate diminishes. Vinashyati dies. Only to become asti again. Asti, jayate, vardate, viparinamate, pakshiyate, vinashyati. So all things have got 6 modifications. So when you are, before your physical birth, you were not in a physical form, astitva. Then you took the physical form in the womb of the mother and you started to grow. Or you were born, jayate, janma. Then the child starts to grow. Very exciting for the mother and the parents. Oh, he's growing well. And preferably he stays at some point of time. But that fellow grows up. So when he or the child, boy or the girl, when they grow up, every day it's exciting. Now he's walking. Videos. The fellow is now walking. After some time, sit down, please. Oh, sit down. But mommy, you were so excited that I started to walk. When the child started to talk also, he's his mommy. After this, unnecessarily talking. When elders are parents and elders are talking, you should not talk. When we stop, you talk. You never stop. One boy was there, and there was a party going on at home. Many people were coming. The boy was very smart. He looked at all. One lady came. You still look so ugly. She got so annoyed. We dragged him to the mother. Asked him to shut up. Oh, what did he do? Ask him. Be careful. Don't tell him, allow him to talk like that. She went up. What did you tell? I said, she's ugly. "Oh, you should not say such thing. But that's the truth. No, don't say something. Go say sorry. He went to her. I'm sorry that you are ugly. So when the child is not talking, it's a problem. How do you start talking? You cannot stop. Vardate. Then viparinamate. And that is a stage called teenager. Change. What change? Anything you ask, shoulder will go up and down. No answers. How was the school today? Before that, when you start, it was going on and on and on. No, nothing. But friends, they will speak for hours together. You ask any question? No. So, anyway, I don't want to go into it. Viparinamate, changes. Then, as you start, at some point of time, starts apakshiyate. Where Madhya Pradesh grows, Uttar Pradesh stops. Physically, you start losing, the strength. Vinashyate. Finally. These are the Shad Vikara. Therefore, continuously, Shashvanashwaram. Not only your own body, everything around also. Anything you buy. So that's why I asked, when are the times when you open the door of your car to your wife? Only 2 occasions. Either the car is new or the wife is new. Only those 2 occasions. You open the door. Come. Because you don't want her to damn open it. After some time, sit down. Sometimes you go without even sit down. Door open, you just walk. So, everything. Sashvanashwarameva Vishwamakilam. Entire world is continuously changing without any stop, without stopping any time, sustained changes. Sashvanashwarameva Vishwamakilam Nischitya, having this clearly understood. How? Vacha Guru. See, even we do not pay attention to these things. Somebody has to give attention, give our awareness, right? So when you are smoking a cigarette, also is written there. Smoking is cancer, right? That is a advice. You see it. Oh. That advice doesn't get into your head. Even if somebody says, you don't pay attention. That's why some people ask me, Swamiji, give me an advice. Don't. I won't. Because I know that you won't follow. Why we don't follow? Because unless it hits on our head, we don't. It's only our own personal tragedies that teach us what to do and what not to do. How much ever others advise us. You feel how your father felt only when you become a father. The amount of naughtiness you did, which your father had patiently forgiven, only you will realize, only when your son start doing that. Now I know what a father means. I am a parent, we are parenting, we are paying rent. It's called parenting. Continuously, this fellow is in trouble. So, why I don't decide to, or I don't follow the words of the advice? Unless it comes from the authoritative person. Guroho vacha nischitya. That's why Shraddha is avashyakam. The faith in the words of the teacher and the Shastra is very important to know things which otherwise cannot know. ajnata vastu vishaye, in that object, that subject of that which is unknown to us, pramanam shastram, pramanam guru. Guru eva pramana. A teacher who has understood the Shastra alone is the Pramana, the means to know, or directly the Shastra. That's what Bhagavan Krishna also says, Asma Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Akarya Vyavastito. For what is to be done, what not to be done, what is the authority? Shastra. Now when you say Shastra Swamiji, it is too traditional. Now you see, when you go out now, sunset takes place, right? Slowly now you can see smoke. Is the sun is setting? Is sun is setting? No. Yes or no? No. Or early morning when you look at it, if at all you wake up early. Eastern side when you look at sunrise. Is it sunrise? No. You may be drinking coffee sunrise, but then sunrise. Is it sun rising? You don't see sunrise? You don't see sunrise? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it? Why are you saying no now? Is sun rising? Say yes loudly, no?
Yes.
So there is a difference of opinion. Sun is rising, yes or no? How many of you say yes? It is sun rising. How many of you say sun is not rising? You are rising, you raise your hand. But don't you see sunrise? Even though by eyes I see the sunrise, by my knowledge I know sun doesn't rise. Have you seen this as true, or you are told that way? That is Shastra. You consider science as a Shastra, right? Even though you have not read yourself or you have not gone there to look at it. Did you go and look at it outside the universe, the planet Earth, and you went and saw, oh, now it is correct. No, then how did you see? Therefore, for you, the Shastra is science now. The scientists are what? Rishis. They are the people who experimented, whatever they did, they declared it, and you believe. So too, Ajnata Vastu Vishaye, what is not known to us directly, Shastra eva pramana. Just like the scientists are those people who written the scientific document, Rishis have written the document of evidence. That is called a Rishi. And then those who are seers, and what they have written is Shastra. So when Guroho Vacha, by the authoritative person who has gained this understanding, even though we do not see that way, Guroho Vacha Nischitya, having determined this truth from the words of the teacher, and what do they say? Shashvan Nashwarameva Vishwam Akilam. Akilam Vishwam Shashvan Nashwarameva. Continuously it is changing and dying. What is Nityam then? Nityam Brahma Nirantaram. What remains unchanging is Brahman, your own self. Which you see, when you close your eyes and remember when you were 4-year-old, just go to the first experience in your life. Go to the first experience. Where you lived, who are your friends. Think. All of you, close your eyes. When you were cute, who was your friend at that time? Where did you live? What dress you were wearing? What hairstyle you had? Think about it. At that time also, you were there. You were not absent. When little fellow, little boy or a girl, you were there. With the little universe of yours, little set of toys, friends, little kind of play, whatever you have. At that time also you were present to experience that world of yours. The same you alone now, with the same body which has undergone so many changes. And your priorities have changed, your experience have changed, your understanding has changed, your friend circle has changed, your world has changed, your place has changed, your dress has changed. Everything has changed. But that I factor that was there at that time to experience that time, that world, is the same you now. What has happened? There is one thing which is Nityam. That is the I, the awareness. Nityam Brahma Nir-antaram. Antaram means difference. Nir-antaram means no difference, no gap, no division, no distance. Nityam Brahma Nirantaram Vimrshata, when you meditate upon that. When you think deeply about that awareness which was there at that time, even now it is the same, everything else has undergone change. By knowing that, what you get is Nirvyaja Shantatmana. The mind that has become placid, quiet, peaceful. For that which is constantly subject to change, which I am aware, is not me. If that Kaumara Samaye Avastayam, at that time when I was a young boy, whatever be the things that I had is not there right now. That has changed. But the awareness has not changed. That's why Bhagavan Krishna said, Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Dehino asmin dehe dehina. One who is living in this physical body, kaumaram, being a child, yauvanam, youth, jara, old age. Those three bodies, three conditions of your own being you will experience. Tata dehantara praptihi. The same one will take another body. Once this physical body is given up, another body will be taken up by the same awareness only. Dhirastatra na muhyati. Man of knowledge is not deluded at all, not disturbed by this at all. So you all know that the physical body that you have had is not going to be the same tomorrow. But when you realize your own being is not at all subject to change. Budam bhavicha dushkrutam pradahadasam vinmaye pavake. Thus, therefore, such an individual, whoever has gained this knowledge, whatever action that is done, bhutam in the past, bhavita in the future to be done, dushkrutam, even the sinful action, all actions for that matter, in the fire of knowledge being burned, sambinveye pavake, and if at all I am presently living in this physical body, experiencing this world, external world is experienced by this body, that will remain so long as my prarabdha remains. Prarabdhaya samarpidam swavapuhu. To that prarabdha I have submitted my body. Iti esha Maneesha. The Guru is one who lives like any one of us, but not like us. He has recognized his own constant presence, and this physical body existence is only due to the actions of the past, which is making the body continue to exist. And when the prarabdha ends, the body will fall away. But I don't disappear. This understanding ego has.